Of course, this is Dolor Factor Live, and we're having a great time on set. I'm showing that I do have manners because I'm eating everything in sight, and I'll worry about the weight later. Anita, she's being a bit more reserved, and she's going to take a doggy bag. I'm not sure about that.
I got some sorrow, so
yeah, okay.
that's great.
And Nigel, well, you know, he's like on the crackers.
Well, Nigel is feeding everybody, but he's not feeding himself.
That's what I'm doing.
But that's the thing about
He's
chefs,
being a
isn't it?
gentleman.
And you know, when we cook, sometimes when we cook, we don't want to eat it because
Exactly.
our stomach fills up. That's what my mum always says anyway. By the time she finishes cooking, the smells and everything like that, it just fills her up and she doesn't want to eat. But he's been a gentleman and feeding us and everything. So, of course, we've been talking about getting you to experience some of the things that you can experience at the Dasheen restaurant at Ladera, and we've also been talking about Court's wish list. And I just want, before we go any further, I'd like Anita to just clarify what happens when you send in your requests.
Okay, so once you send in your request, because we get hundreds of them, Delia, and you would know that for a fact, we will do the first sift through and select a number of cases. Then what the team will do is to actually go out into the community to verify the cases, because we want to make sure that the cases are genuine. You're calling because there's genuinely somebody in need. So we will go out to verify the cases, then do a short list to actually grant the wishes. So once you may get a call from Courts requesting information, but once we've done the final selections, you will know for sure that the wish will be granted, because we will make contact with you to possibly join us to make somebody's wish, well, dream come true.
And when are you going to be doing that?
We will be going out as close to Christmas as possible, so the scheduled date is Sunday, December 22nd. So the Courts team will go out with the truckload of goods and grant the wishes.
Wow. And when's the last day that they can send in wishes?
The cutoff date is December 12th, which is next week, Thursday. So they still have a whole week to send in requests.
All right, so you have a whole week to send in a request for all, you want to wish a gift for someone in need, all right? And don't worry if you don't have all their contact details. Anita and her team will get a way around that. Because the most important thing is to give that wish to that person who needs it, right?
Right.
Okay, we're going to open the phone lines in a second. But first of all, I want to ask you, do you remember a young man who came onto the DFL set earlier this year? His name was Jermaine Defoe. I'm sure you remember Jermaine. Of course, St. Lucian, who plays international football. He's a footballer for England. And as soon as I sent him the information, within about 15 minutes, I got a message from him. And I'd like to read it to you. It says, "My family and I have been busy buying clothes, foods and gifts to pack in barrels and send to St. Lucia for the 13 children at the Holy Family Children's Home. It's something we do every year, and we enjoy thinking about how much pleasure it will bring when they open the barrels at Christmas. As well as new clothes, sweets and treats, we provide a lot of cooking basics like sugar and flour, plus toiletries and medical essentials. I would like to encourage everyone to do whatever they can to help the homeless and the needy persons in St. Lucia, and please support the Court's cause. Pick up something extra in your weekly shopping, or donate or buy a small gift for a child who won't receive one this year. And above all, please ensure that what you do for Courts, you do it for someone who really needs it. Every little helps." And that's from Jermaine Defoe, his mom Sandra, and his team Claire Britcher, who was here, and of course they're from the Jermaine Defoe Foundation. So if he can be out of St. Lucia and still supporting such a great thing that Courts is doing, he's looking out. So do that. All right, do that. Please try and help someone. Sometimes we forget what it's like to not have something. You know, when we get, things get a little bit better for us and we forget. We should never forget where we have come from, and we should always try as much as we can to be charitable.
And that's what this program is all about, because even I can mention Ashnell, who is a member of our team, and she would take her son out with us every single year. We go to do the wish list just to keep him in touch with what's happening in the community and say, hey, you're fortunate. There are people who are really in need, and this is what they look like. This is what they live like. So he goes out with us every year, and he looks forward to it. So, these are the little things to keep us in touch and just look out for somebody who is not in need. So that impact on his life is going to go a long way. because now he will be looking out for people, whether in his school, in his neighborhood, that really need something, and maybe he can help when he grows up. You never know. So every little way counts.
Yes, it does. All right. Well, we have opened the phone lines now. So if you want to call, whether it's to clarify what's been happening here, whether you want to wish for someone, you don't want to say their name, or you can say their name if you think they won't mind, you have the opportunity to do so. You have the email address as well. So if you want to email your wish, we have that as well. And as we're waiting, perhaps Anita, if you could maybe go through some of the wishes that you've already received to give people an idea.
Okay. Right. So this is a lady writing on behalf of a family in Marcia, and she said, "Dear Courts, I would like you to give a poor family of 5 in Marcia a TV and a food hamper for Christmas. The TV will be a great gift, especially for the kids who are all minors. Please try to help them. It will break your heart to see the condition they live in." So this is a letter from somebody writing on behalf of somebody in the community of Marcia. A second letter, "Dear Courts, I would like a fridge for my mom. She's been working so hard to make ends meet, but does not have a stable job and is taking care of my 4 brothers. I'm trying hard to assist, but my salary does not permit me to do as much as I can. And I'm currently paying CXC for my brother, which takes half of my salary. Courts, can you grant my mom a wish of a fridge this Christmas? She currently stores her perishables at the neighbors."
Oh, okay. I want to comment, but I can't because we have a call. Thank you so much for holding. Hello, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I live at Cicera.
Right.
My name is Elizabeth Louis,
Okay.
and I have an auntie of mine that is paralyzed. Her name is Madeline George,
Okay.
and I would like her to get a wheelchair and some pampers, please.
A wheelchair and some pampers.
She lives at Cicera also.
Okay.
All right. Well, what we'll say, Madeline, I've taken your name. Can you just hold on the line for 1 second, and our producer will just take your contact number. All right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling.
All right. Okay. Have you got something else that you'd like to read, or?
Okay, I can read another one. Dear Courts, I would like to give a family at Mondidor a washer this Christmas. Both husband and wife are unemployed and have kids, one of whom is sick and needs medical attention.
Right.
Very many.
Now, Nigel, you're sitting there, you know.
I'm listening.
I know you're listening. What's going through your mind?
I mean, when someone is in need of something, it breaks your heart. It really breaks your heart when some people ask, but you know, when you really need and you cannot afford, I mean, it's very hard. I think, you know, people should maybe change their attitude towards life. You know, try to help who doesn't have anything. Help to give, you know, especially around Christmas time. You know, you see, today you see people say, "Oh, I don't have money because Christmas is coming." But the day when Christmas comes, you see everybody's in the supermarket, the trolleys are loaded, and then there are some people out there, they have nothing. So, I mean,
I'll tell you something. I mean, when Court started this program, I mean, it was so touching that it just gave you an opportunity to view life differently. And, you know, as an employee of Courts, I feel very proud, Delia, that we have taken on this initiative. And I'm not just saying that because I'm here on behalf of Courts and I work for Courts. I mean, just being in the community and seeing the look on these people's faces when you grant their wishes, I mean, it's just all worth it. And all our team members volunteer their time to go out into the community. So I feel really proud to be part of the Courts team.
You should be. Thank you very much for holding, caller, but now you're live on DBS.
Hi,
How can we help
evening.
you? Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm calling on behalf of a lady in Kaimaji now. I had her name and I am looking for the slip of paper now. I cannot get it.
That's fine. You can just give us your name.
But she is in dire need of help. I have been trying to give her little help here and there. She has a mentally challenged young man. He's 27, but he behaves like a little 5-year-old. He follows her everywhere around, and she cannot go out to work because of that boy. He's 27 and he's mentally challenged. I think she said there was some incident where the stepdad lashed him with some object on the head as a little boy, and that happened to him. So I would very much, I would be very happy if courts can give some assistance, whether it be a food hamper or whatever. The house is in a deplorable mess. The steps from the house to come down to ground level is not right at all for the young man who's mentally challenged. I'm willing to take you to the house if you're willing to go and see the situation yourself.
Okay.
I don't know if you want my name and number offline.
Yeah, give me your name, but we'll take your contact number off air.
Cecilia.
Cecilia. Okay, Cecilia.
All right, just hold the line, all right, and we'll take your number. But thank you very much for calling.
Okay.
So that definitely is someone in need, Anita.
Exactly. And Julia, I have to mention that we at Courts, we trade as an OACS group. And as you know, we are Unicoma, our legal name. And this initiative is happening across all our 6 islands, not just St. Lucia. So every Christmas, our marketing team goes out to grant wishes. So it's done in every 6 islands, because it's not just St. Lucia that we recognize there's a needy case or there are people in need. It's happening across all our islands at the same time.
Okay, well, let me just remind you people, if you would like to let Anita know now, we will take the information. If you see me typing, I'm actually taking the information in, so that don't worry about it. I'm taking it in and I will pass it across to Anita later on, and we'll take your details off air. But I think that the calls you've heard and what you've heard Anita read out will give you an idea of the kind of things. We're looking for people who really, really need it. And of course, if you can maybe say what you think that they may need the most. This is Dolor Factor live on DBS. I can't believe the time is just rolling. We haven't got much time, so you know how to contact us if you want to wish for something for someone in need. So sit right there. Don't forget, we have a performance for you coming up, so we'll see you soon.